The following moments may contain explicit language.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Popping that top. Welcome back to the Gulf of America, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to report I got my results back from the doctor, and
you're 100% that bitch.
Yeah, I got a clean bill of health. I'm 7'7", and I weigh 150 pounds. Thank you, America. Thank you so much.
I don't know where.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, our fearless leader apparently is 6'4", 220 pounds, just like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because I got a clean bit of health now. So
yeah, I haven't been to the doctor in forever. So
well, shit. That's what I wanted to start off with because I think I might have to go to the doctor. So this past 2 weekends, dude. And I don't know, maybe it was something I ate. I don't know. Pizza. I had pizza Friday night.
Besides, he's Porky.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah. This is uncanceled culture.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get right into it, man.
I'm D. Louie, and then, of course, you got Crank over there. So, all right, go ahead.
Yeah,
anyway, so you...
Yeah, see, it just got me all discombobulated. But anyway, yeah, so the past 2 weeks I've been sick. So the week of the Final Four, I was in bed all day. I had headaches, fever, chills, everything, right? And I threw up that morning. I didn't throw up anything, I just threw up that morning. That was it. But I stayed in bed the whole time. I was done, dude. I was out. So I get through that. Sunday comes around. I'm feeling better. I actually go to work on Monday. So come again on Saturday. Saturday night comes around. Boom. I'm out again. I'm laying down. I don't know, dude. I got small headache. I can't even move. I mean, like I'm literally like, I'm thinking like, okay, do I have to get my affairs in order? Do I need to get my will done? I mean, like, what do I have to do? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? So here we are on Good Friday, and I guess we have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Because if it happens again tomorrow, I think I'm gonna have to say bye to you guys because I don't know what the fuck is going on, dude.
Yeah, well,
and our resident, medicine person,
our doctor in training.
She's not here to answer my questions, so
yeah, she might come down. We'll see. Well, that's crazy. I had a couple of weeks ago. I had a real bad sharp pain in my chest.
Don't say that.
Right in my upper left, and
that's all I have now.
Well, it was bothering me throughout the day, and I really didn't think anything of it. But man, it just kept getting more and more uncomfortable. So I called Sabrina and I was like, "Hey, I don't feel good, man." Yeah. And my chest, like I'm getting the pain, and she's like, "Well, where? And can you do this? And are you okay? And are you seeing?" And asking me all the questions. And so I'm answering. She's like, "Well, I mean, it seems like you're fine." So I'm like, "Okay." Left it at that. It went away.
Yeah.
Didn't have it again. This past Tuesday, I started feeling it again. And I'm like, what the heck, man? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, dude, my chest, it's starting to hurt. And of course, it was after a shot, or I don't know what I was drinking, but I started to get this pain, man. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then a couple of the guys there, I guess,
they're doctors.
Google doctors, I guess. I don't know.
WebMD.
Yeah, they're like, hey, oh, yeah, it was the prerogative guys. We're like, hey, well, what are you feeling and what is it? And, asking me all these questions. And they're like, well, does it feel like a muscle? Does it hurt right here? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, it's inside. Like, I was getting a sharp pain. And so the conclusion was we think it was like built up gas that's not like I might have like heartburn or something that it wasn't. It just kind of got stuck, kind of like in Necessary Roughness where he was having a. He thought he was having a heart attack and it was indigestion. So we think that's what it is because it went away within about an hour or so. It went away and then I could have been drunk already too, and I just didn't feel it anymore.
You're not gonna feel it after a while,
So, but yeah, it was.
Well, you can imagine when we were younger, like any little pain, it was just like whatever. But now I'm fucking getting older, and I feel that little tinge in my arm. I'm like, oh shit, wait. What the fuck is going on? What is this? We're
like Googling how many. You have 3 weeks. What the heck?
Every little thing was like, I got a pain in the left, right, middle, back of my chest. Like every little thing, I'm like WebMD.
Yeah. Well,
it's a good thing to know, people who are in the medical field.
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking of, I guess medical incidents.
Another one?
Another one, Pop.
Oh. All right, what are we going to do with this guy?
I think he's done, man. Sad to say, he released that statement in February saying he was going to take the rest of the season off. He was going to focus on his health and hopefully be back to coaching, right?
Did they say what happened at the restaurant?
They said that he fainted. They said he fainted, and he was at Ruth Chris. The one right there in Jones Maltsberger.
Because he saw the bill.
I'm pretty sure. He was like, I'm not coaching right now.
Son of a bitch.
But he...
potatoes?
So, yeah, apparently he fainted. And so they put him on a stretcher, took him to the hospital. But they took him to the hospital. It says just for precautionary just to kind of check him out. And they released him that night. So apparently he's fine, but they don't know why he fainted. So, I mean, he's already up there, What is he, 76?
76.
Yeah,
76.
I don't know,
I just don't see him coming back.
There's no way.
I don't see him coming back. Because all they need is for him to faint on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
No, all they need is for them to get rid of Mitch Johnson.
Well, that's what they need to do.
Yes.
They need to get rid of, what do you call him?
Timeout Mitch.
Timeout Mitch. Good old Timeout Mitch. Get rid of his ass, dude.
Yeah, I think they just need to buy out Becky from the Aces and just bring her over, man.
I don't see that as a problem.
No.
I mean, she knows the system. It's a Spurs system.
She ran it for a while. She ran the freaking
the
summer league. Yeah. I mean, she knows what she's doing. Obviously. I mean, she's not gonna count timeouts in the first 3 minutes.
Dude, man.
So
who's coming back? Is Mamush Kavilavili? All those guys?
I mean, you'd have to.
They're gonna get rid of a lot of guys, aren't they?
They got to, man. They got to do a whole. I mean, Chris Paul. I'm pretty sure he's retiring this year. I think they said he was gonna retire.
No, he's already in the Hall of Fame.
He broke He broke a record. I mean, made a record of
82 games.
Started all 82 games in his 20th year.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What was that dude? The other guy, I forget who was playing with, Indiana or somebody. The Knicks. He started the game just to keep his streak alive.
Oh,
He fouled somebody like in 6 seconds, and then they took him out.
Was it was it for a streak?
Yeah, it was some sort of streak.
I saw another one where the guy was starting just because his kid was there, and the coach wanted to start him, so he started him. But I don't remember the streak.
No, it was somebody from the Knicks, and they started him, and they tipped off, and like right away he fouled somebody, and then they took him out. I don't know what the shit is that, dude. So what else is going on? Cranky? Nothing? No?
Nothing special.
No. Oh, come on.
Nothing special.
You're a special guy. Come on. Well, I mean, the big news to me is if we want to jump right into it.
Let's jump right into it.
Those goddamn astronauts. And I'm not, N-A-U-T. I'm talking about N-O-T.
Not
Astro-nots. They're like, okay. So I'm not on this, thing, because there's a lot of TikToks and everything that came out. I was already feeling this way when I first found out about it. And I thought it was going to be next week. I thought it was going to be this coming Monday. And that morning, I was like, and I had taken that day off. So I was like, la, 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 la. And then I was like, oh, shit, it was this morning. So I went back and I looked at it on YouTube. And I was like, what the shit is this, dude? What the fuck is this cock-looking, It looked like a spaceship that somebody built on a backyard.
It looked like the
The Johnson.
yes
Austin Powers.
from Austin
It
Powers.
was like a big wang.
It's just a little prick.
Well, that was my first thought, right? And then they're coming in, and they're walking in their suits, and their hair is all made up and makeup and all this shit. I'm like, where's their helmets?
Yeah,
Why don't they have helmets on?
yeah.
Okay. Well, then they get in the damn thing, and it takes off, and I'm like, and like when the space shuttle takes off, it's like,
Yeah.
because they got to get up, they got to get up there, and this one was like.
Like a bottle rocket?
They're like something they made in the backyard. You can buy at the hobby store. The ones you put out in the backyard, and it has that one little thing, and like that's what it looked like. That's what it sounded like. And I started thinking, I'm like, what is? Okay, then I started looking into it. Right.
Yeah.
So each
well,
one of
let's
them,
give the who was on there. Okay. So
do we have to?
Yeah. So the name of the thing was Blue Origin. Right,
Blue
that was the name
Origin.
of the rocket or whatever. The
Not
spaceship.
Blue Chew.
Yeah, not Blue Chew. Blue Origin.
Although it looked like something that
That
might
Blue
have
Chew would
happened.
have
After,
advertised.
yeah. They should have plastered Blue Chew all over the
Right.
side of that fucking thing.
So the members were you had a former NASA scientist, Aisha Bowe, or Bowie, whatever, it's Bowe, I think, and then you had a recording artist, Katy Perry.
Fireworks lady, yeah.
Yeah, journalist Gail King and Lauren Sanchez, and civil rights activist Amanda, is it Gwynn?
Yeah, sure.
And
Nguyen?
yeah, and movie producer Carrie Ann Flynn.
No idea.
Yeah, so only one of them was a NASA, basically that went through like. They have like the astronaut
One of
training
them is
and all that
credible.
stuff, right? Yes,
Is that
credible,
what you're
right?
trying to say? One of us credible.
Now, apparently, Katy Perry she's dabbled in that too. She's gone to some astronaut school or training or some bullshit, right?
She saw the movie Space Camp.
I'm an astronaut now.
I like the part. Was it you that sent it? With the
the
I went to the
friends?
zoo and I'm a koala bear now.
Oh no, it's the one that Cranky said now. Just like, so if I go to space for 3 minutes, that makes me an astronaut. But does that mean I'm a gynecologist too?
Exactly. Oh man.
Come on, man.
So there's a bunch of theories, right?
I've heard all those too. Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of theories. One that it never happened. They didn't actually go into space. Like they didn't even get into space. Like because apparently they left the atmosphere.
There's a line.
Right. So apparently they went. They
There's a
passed
line.
it.
They passed that line.
Yeah, and then they came back down. So they were 11 minutes or 13 minutes?
Total 11 minutes.
Right.
So they were actually waitlist for only 4 minutes.
Yeah.
According to this
Yeah.
thing.
Just when you see a lot of the videos that they're showing, like Katy Perry holding what was it?
Daisy.
Daisy or
Daisy
something
for her daughter, apparently. or
Yeah,
something?
and then but she comes back down and still holding the daisy, and they're like, there was no like it should have dehydrated or something should have happened to it if you got that far up, right? Like Porky said, nobody was wearing helmets.
They didn't have helmets on, and their hair, like they showed the lady that was up there for like what, a year and a half,
Yeah.
or some shit like that, and every time they showed her fucking hair was like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like and they showed their hair, and it was just like right
Nice and-
here, like,
nice and
just
fit, yeah.
nice and pretty, like.
They must have used a lot of hairspray.
See, and here's the other part of it, right? Like, because a lot of people are saying like, they're saying shit like, what do you call it? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. But they're not astronauts in the sense that okay, they went to space. No, okay, they reached a certain point, but the FAA, because I read it. The FAA considers you an astronaut if you actually go past a certain point in space or Earth and actually do something. Like actually work on something or do something that's going to like push mankind forward or something like that. No, these people just paid $150,000 just to go up on a fucking ride.
That's basically what a lot of people were saying.
That's all they did.
It was a glorified amusement.
What did
ride.
they do?
It was a glorified freaking roller coaster. Is what they
That's all
freaking
it
got on.
was. If it even happened. That's
That's the other theory, because when you see the thing come down and land, the ship is supposed to have where they can only open it from the outside.
That's all that.
Right? They're only supposed to be able to open it from the outside. That's one.
I saw that.
The other thing is they say you're not supposed to be able to open it from the inside or take off your seatbelts. Somebody's supposed to open it and unbuckle you because you can't do it yourself. You're like Porky was saying, he's discombobulated, right? Well, that's basically how they should have been when they're landing, coming down at 700 miles an hour. Now, yes, they had some rocket ships and some parachutes to help slow it down, but you're still coming down that fast. You're gonna be disoriented, basically is what they're saying. But yet
astronauts land in water
yes,
when they come back from space.
Yeah, not just
they don't land on the fucking desert.
And they're showing where they landed, and like none of the freaking brush, nothing was like disturbed. It's like if they just placed it there, right? Then you see the thing open from the inside.
Yeah.
And somebody tells them something, they kind of close it, and then Jeff Bezos goes over there
with a crowbar or something.
So
like that.
no, here's the thing.
It might as well been a crowbar. It doesn't matter.
Well, here's the thing. So they're saying the reason people don't believe it, when they're re-entering the atmosphere,
yes,
there's a bunch of heat generated.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Then you're going 700 miles an hour, so there's more heat that's generated. So there should be charred things on this thing, and there wasn't.
No.
One. Two, Bezos goes over there and opens it with his bare hands. That thing should be hot.
Oh,
yeah.
Right? Then you see everybody come out. Pictures, selfies, like everybody wants to take pictures, and it's like it just doesn't seem real. It just doesn't seem real. Now, did it happen? Maybe. I don't know. You know, I mean, shit, they want to pay $150,000 to go on a spaceship or a ride. That's fine, you know. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that are being shown that just doesn't make it seem like it actually happened.
There's my main man, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's talked about, you know, the amount of energy it takes for them to push to get off of the Earth, right? Mm-hmm. That's why the space shuttle has 3 fucking engines that'll push them, and they don't go straight up. They have this tilt maneuver where they tilt, and they're not going straight up. They're going sideways basically to get out of the atmosphere.
Yeah, and
they need all that thrust to push them out. But this cock-shaped thing is fucking flying. Like, are you serious? I didn't want to start believing that. Oh well, maybe it's not true, because I just thought that maybe maybe they did go up there, maybe. But what did they do? They only remember when that guy went up there and that they lifted him up to a certain point and he fucking jumped out, and Baumgartner or whatever the fuck his name. That's what I felt like it was. He didn't technically leave Earth, but he got far enough to where he was still like, because if he would have tried to go out, he probably would have burned up. You know what I mean? But that's how I feel like this was. Like, I just think it was dumb, dude. And I guess, I don't know, are feminists upset about?
Yeah.
Are feminists
there's
upset
a lot
about
of them,
that?
yes.
Are they not upset? Because, and the reason I say is because I'm making fun of it, right? Is it real? I don't know. But maybe there's feminists out there that are like, oh, no, it's for women. And this is, what the fuck did they do?
Well, they're saying that a lot of the conspiracy theories, of course, you know, that are trying to say that it was staged or fake or it never happened. It's just speculation, because there's no information. There's misinformation. There's no evidence to support any of the speculations. So what they're saying is, because it was live streamed and there was news sources that were, I guess, using the stream as well, that it was real, right? mean, you have a lot of theories talking about mirrors and them being like when they were actually in space, that they were like in a lake. Like there's a bunch of different things, man. So it's just, I don't know, man. It just, to me, they went up and they came back down. Okay, I mean, was that historic?
So yeah, and that's why I brought up the feminists, like women. They're okay. Women's, oh, this is good for women, and this is all stuff. And they came down, and they're like, and Gayle King does an interview, and she's like, oh, astronaut. Oh, I'm having trouble calling myself an astronaut. Because you're not a fucking astronaut, bitch. How are you having trouble?
Everybody's having trouble calling you an astronaut.
Katy Perry said, oh, you're an astronaut. Oh, no. And then, like I said, I sent them this thing with the friends, and they're like, oh, I went to the zoo yesterday. Now I'm a koala bear.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Was it like White Man Can't Jump? Your mom was an astronaut.
I know.
My mom was so stupid to be an astronaut.
Because him saying your mom was an astronaut, just another way of saying you're all fucked up.
I just have, the thing I wanted to say was like, because there's people that are like, oh, well, they're being, glorious about it, and oh, have you been to space? No, bitch, we don't have that money to go up in space apparently. Like, and then there's other people that are like, well, there's people down here that are, they can't buy groceries and they can't do that. Like, I didn't even like, for me, okay, like people want to argue about that. Okay, that's fine. Let them talk about that. I'm more concerned about this. Did it happen? Did we need it to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And why the fuck should we care?
Yeah, like what was the importance of it?
Like,
what was the importance of it? Was it just because 6 women went up there?
Exactly.
I mean, again, nothing against the women or nothing against women
That's
going.
what I'm saying.
It's just, what was the importance of going up, coming back down? I mean, was that another test? So that eventually they're gonna, because I know that the one thing that the reason that Katy Perry, from what I've heard, is that she's been training and doing all this and researching and studying because she wants to go to space and she wants to stay in space. That's what she wants to do.
Go right ahead.
So I could see why she maybe wanted to be a part of the crew. But what was the whole point of the journalist and the film person and all that? Like, it's just...
See, that's why there's a lot of theories out there. And you're like, oh, yeah, we've seen movies and we've all said, no, but we've also seen documentaries. Like, even when they went to the moon, you saw how they were strapped into their seats. You saw how they, they could barely move around, or they could barely... Just, the amount of thrust that it would take for them to push them up into space, and you're wanting me to believe that it's real? Like Bigfoot. Say it, Cranky. I know you want to say it.
There's been more UFO sightings.
Bigfoot's more believable than this launch was, ladies and gentlemen. And I've seen a Bigfoot, let me tell you. All right.
So
I'm off of my... Oh, yeah. You want to...
We still haven't found the place. Still haven't...
If I would go to my ex-father-in-law's house, I'd ask him. I don't care. I'd go knock on excuse me, sir. You remember that place where your dad had? And no. Anyway, all right. I'll get off of my high horse, dude. I'm done. I don't know. Did it happen? Did it? Yes. I don't know. To me, it's kind of okay. Do we want to talk about the stabbing? We haven't talked about it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it, man. I mean...
I want to hear Cranky's thoughts on this.
I'm done with it, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just too much stupid shit going around
Well,
with that stuff, dude. It's
Okay, so I'll say this. I'm still on the fence. Because right away it turned into this black and white thing.
Yeah.
Which, of course, it's what everybody was going to do, right?
Yeah.
It's a black... Because, I mean, that's what happened. The black kid
Stabbed the
white kid.
Yeah.
But for me, the reason I'm on the fence is because I see it as the white kid bullying the black kid, but the black kid having a knife and stabbing.
Yeah.
So
What was his name?
you know what I'm saying? Austin
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo
No,
Anthony.
oh yeah, Carmelo. But that's how I see it. I can't see it as, oh well, the black kid had a knife already and he was looking to do something. Yeah, but what did the white kid do? Okay, and even if the white kid did something, why did he have to stab him?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I'm not seeing one way or the other. Like I can't make a decision about it.
Well, okay, so again, there's theories, right? And there's speculations, and there's all these things that are coming about. The facts are, they were from two different schools. They were at a track meet, and a kid stabbed another one. Those are the facts.
Those are the only facts.
Those are the only facts.
that we can actually say are facts.
Right.
Exactly.
Because
no
everything
video.
else is
Because
just
then
people
you start
blowing
with-
everything out of proportion. Man.
Well, then,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
start with, everybody starts with, well, he was being bullied.
That's not being bullied, man. I'll tell you what being bullied is, dude.
They say he was being bullied
Asses, man.
by these twins.
Yeah.
That are supposedly, bigger than him. They were pushing him in, verbal, arguments, and then
Altercations.
an altercation, and they get his phone. They apparently broke his phone and stomped on it. There was a whole bunch of stuff that's come out, right? That this happened, but then you have a bunch of people saying that never happened.
Right.
That never happened, and that he went into the area where their school was at, which isn't uncommon if people know each other, right?
If they do.
If they know each other. And apparently they knew each other because it wasn't him being bullied for the first time. They're saying that they've had issues before.
Oh.
That was one of the things that came out, that they've had
Really?
issues before. I don't know where, but issues before. So they knew each other from somewhere. And that I think this was a carry-on
Yeah.
from a previous altercation. So, which goes back to one of the videos that y'all sent, where one of the guys is saying, look, man, this was premeditated.
Yeah.
Because why are you going to take a weapon to a track meet, to a school track meet?
Well, you're gonna take any weapon.
Yeah.
Unless
You're intending to use it.
you're waiting for something to happen.
Right? And then maybe there was an altercation. Maybe they did say something to him. But was that an excuse to stab him? Right?
He was prepared.
He was prepared.
Yeah,
Exactly. He was prepared. And of course, then you have the other side that are defending him and saying, well, hold on, man, this is a good kid. He's never been in trouble. He actually has all these offers to D1 schools. We know just because you have offers to a D1 school does not make you a good kid. No. Okay? Look at Aaron Hernandez. All right? Okay? Now,
He's just hanging around.
I'm not trying to compare this kid to Aaron Hernandez, but the facts are he stabbed somebody. And could it have been, dealt with or handled a different way? The guy on the video that you sent, he says, what are the things that we're taught, right? Which is the same thing that Sabrina teaches the kids. If somebody goes and messes with you, they put their hands on you, the first thing you do is you go tell a teacher, a coach, you tell somebody, you tell an adult, okay? You tell that person too, don't touch me anymore. They do it again, you let them know now, this is a warning, because if you touch me again, I'm going to have to defend myself. And then the third step, fourth step is finally, I'm going to defend myself, right? There's nothing showing that he went and told anybody that, one, he was scared, that he was being bullied. He handled it on his own. He took a knife and he stabbed this kid. Could he have been bullied? Maybe. But was this the right way to handle it? No. Should he suffer consequences? Yes.
Yeah.
He took somebody's life. I mean, that's just... And you took a weapon to a school event. That already is illegal. So...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a school.
He's going to face charges either way.
You can't even smoke with
You can't vape while you're on the property anywhere. Like, you can't do anything. So he's going to... Whether he gets off of the murder charge because of self-defense, which is what they're going for, it doesn't matter. He's going to catch a charge of something because you taking a weapon to the school, that's already illegal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing about this crime is that he did it in Texas. You know what I'm saying? If you do it in Florida, you might get away with it.
It's true. It's true.
And I mean I've been hearing all these people and how they're trying to defend his defense and it's just like, man, are y'all just that stupid?
And fund.
Yes.
And fund his defense.
I'm like, do you not know the laws, man? I mean, there are laws that are saying, you know, that he can't do this.
Yeah.
And you're still trying, well, if I get bullied, I'm going to do the same thing. Well, I hope you do. You'll be there right there next to him.
Yeah. You're going to pay the consequences. Consequences, man.
Well, they reduced his bond because it was set at $1 million at the beginning.
Yes.
And they reduced it to $250,000, which I guess the family was able to now bond him out after they reduced it.
They started the GoFundMe page.
They did start a GoFundMe page.
They had, I mean, I don't know. The last time I saw it was like over 180 million or something. I'm sorry, 180,000.
It was it was close to 500,000.
Really?
It was close to 500,000.
See, I don't know, man. I mean, for them to automatically assume that, I mean, they changed it. Okay, maybe they didn't change it into a black and white thing, but that was the first thing they went after.
Oh, yeah.
They
definitely.
didn't look at it and say, well, that kid killed him. You know, he stabbed him. He had the knife with him. You know, he had... And right away, everybody start, well, you know, it was a white kid going after a black kid and this and that. And it's like... And I don't know. I guess that's why I'm still, like, you know, kind of, I guess you want to say on the fence. Because I can't see it as, okay, yeah, I know what the black kid did. But then I can't also say, like, maybe these kids did do just something to him.
Yeah.
Maybe they did bully him. Maybe they pushed him.
And it's you know, kind of like, well, we got videos, and when the video comes out, I'm surprised the video isn't out already.
I'm sure, right?
So there is video. They said
that's what there's. I mean,
That's
I'm
what
sure
they-
there
that's
is.
what I
Dude,
heard.
come on, this is high school.
That's what I
Who
heard
doesn't
too,
bring their
man.
camera out right away?
Yeah, that's true.
And how
You
many
know-
other people were there?
There had to be the tent had to have been like because it was raining.
Yeah, so all the athletes pretty much were probably
So
in.
you can remember when it was when we were like we were on track too,
Yeah, we
right?
used to be under the
in
freaking
track.
bleachers.
We'd have under the bleachers, or
Yeah.
we'd all be huddled under a certain spot.
Yep.
And now I guess they have those 10x10s, and you know, and they can get underneath, and you know, everybody's underneath.
Underneath.
So if he was there, why didn't somebody else say something? Why didn't somebody else come in and say, or even tell the coach, hey, coach, this kid he's not from our team. Like, why is he doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know what
Why
you're
did they
saying,
do
but I mean,
that?
why is it a problem in the first place for him being there? Why is that such a freaking?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem?
Well, for him being at the other school's tent.
Like getting under the tent when it's raining.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like common sense, man. You're gonna take cover for the closest thing. What if there's lightning?
yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been
You know, what if there's lightning?
So it says that he, you know, the family finally came out and they spoke, right? He's been bonded out. He's going to be on a monitor, on an ankle monitor until you know, he goes to court. But they're trying to portray him. Of course, the family's portraying him as a good kid. He was raised in a 2-parent home. Mind you, he's not a Texas kid. He was born in Louisiana. And
there it is.
And they
Nope.
moved, and they moved to Frisco. His dad says to hopefully have a better life for his kids. Right? He's the oldest of 4. He
Case closed.
yeah, exactly. He's the captain of the football and the track team. He has 2 part-time jobs. He's an A student. I mean, they're giving, you know, all the he's a great big brother. Like, they're giving they're portraying him as a model citizen, basically, right? But again, it stems from an altercation. But what one of the witnesses says is that when the altercation started, I don't know if they had already put their hands on him, but he says, touch me and see what happens.
Yes.
That already is a threat. Meaning he was already
That's what
prepared to
like-
pull the knife out, and he's now egging
Right.
somebody on. Do it.
Right.
Do it and see what happens. What do you think is gonna happen when you tell a kid, do it and see what happens? They're gonna do it. And so touch me and see what happens. was basically his way of saying, fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And they both found out. They both
found out
fucked
the
around.
hard-
They both found
Well, I
out.
mean, you don't expect the dude to stab you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're expecting maybe to throw a punch. Or, in our day.
Well, yeah, and then I was gonna say
In our
because
days,
back
people
in our
throw
day,
punch.
like fuck, go ahead, do it, see what's right, and then they would do it, then we,
And then you're punched.
Right,
And
then you go
it's
after
fight,
him or
it's street
something.
Fight,
Yeah.
it's fist fight.
Yeah, so
that's the biggest difference.
My thing on my is like, perspective or whatever, opinion, is that maybe he did it with not the intention of trying to kill him. Maybe he just tried to
maybe scare him. Or
scare him, and maybe just try to just give him a gash.
Yeah.
Just to scare him. And well, I mean, what did I tell you about, the other day about me always thinking about what if things would have gone this way?
Yes.
Well, for him, it went that way.
Yeah.
It went the wrong way. That's why I think that's when apparently when he got, arrested, he asked if the kid was going to be all right. And then when he found out, I guess they told him no or whatever. Then that's when it was self-defense right away.
Yeah.
I
don't know, man.
So we had these conversations with a couple of the kids, the older ones, because we were talking about guns and firearms. So there was recently, I don't know if y'all saw the 14-year-old kid.
No.
The 2 days
one.
ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Dallas, right?
No, here.
Here.
The one at whatever alternative school off of right there on the west side, I guess it is, right? So they released school, I guess about 2:00 from there. So a lot of the kids were walking home, and this 14-year-old's walking in a group of people, and 7 other kids jump him. They start beating him up,
Wailing on him.
and then one kid pulls out a gun and shoots him, kills him. And so of course they're looking for the suspects now because everybody ran.
Yeah.
But again, they're saying there's video. Of course, because there's kids. They see a fight. What do? Pull out their freaking
phones.
cameras and they start recording. So apparently there's video of the altercation, there's video of the fight, and there's video of the shooting. So they're trying to get suspects and whatnot, right? This just happened 2 days ago here in San Antonio. So we were having a discussion with the kids because we were telling them, if you ever have a weapon, doesn't matter if it's a gun or it's a knife. If you ever reach or pull it out, it's because you're intending to use it. And if you're intending to use it, you're not intending to give the guy a gash. You're not intending to shoot the guy in the leg to make you stop. What they teach you in every gun class that you go to, they teach you at the academies, they teach you in the military, when you shoot to kill. Whatever you point your gun at, be prepared to kill it.
Right.
That's what the gun is intended for. It's to kill something. Not to go hunt. You're not gonna have a freaking Glock 45 or a semi-automatic to go and hunt. You're not. It's to kill something. It's to kill somebody. It's to either defend yourself or to do something wrong, right? And we told these kids, don't put yourself in a situation like that where you're gonna have a weapon. There's no reason to, right? There's no reason to. Everybody always says, "Well, I just have it for my safety." Bullshit. No. Because how many times do you see it come out where they're using it because they felt they were in danger because they were gonna get into a fight? That's what happens nowadays. Nowadays, there's no more fist fights.
No.
It's knives and guns.
Yep.
And it's more guns than knives. Before you used to hear, oh yeah, they pulled out a knife and all this stuff. Now it's guns. Yep. That everybody has a gun. Everybody from freaking 12 years old to whatever age. And it's not only men, women have guns. There was another freaking road rage just a week ago, and the girl right there on 37, the girl I guess was cut off, or she felt she was cut off by a guy getting onto the highway.
Yeah.
So comes around him and starts freaking, cuts him off. And this guy, he's an older man, had his granddaughter with him. He's 67 years old. He gets pissed off because she cuts him off. So he goes around, gets on to the side of her, and flicks her off. And then proceeds to get in front of her. She goes onto the shoulder side, starts getting close to him, waving a gun, telling him stuff, and then starts shooting at the car. Doesn't hit him, doesn't hit the granddaughter,
right.
But still pulled out the weapon and shot. So he goes and takes a picture and sends it to the police or calls the police, files a report. They find her and they arrest her because he took a picture of the vehicle and of her while he's driving next to her. Took a picture of her.
How do the people do this?
Exactly,
man?
bro.
How do
And
they
so
do that?
you think about it, man. All this shit that's going on. I mean, I'm sorry, but I know what you're saying, and I would think I would feel the same way. I just want to scare the guy, but I'm sorry. I think in the heat of the moment,
Well, fuck yeah.
it's if you really felt scared for your life, I'm not gonna try to just gash him because there's two of them.
Yeah.
They were twins, and both these guys were big. If I slash one, the other one's gonna freaking. If I kill this guy though, the other one's gonna. I don't want to mess with that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just feel that he pulled it out. Whether again it was self defense or not, the court's gonna have to figure that out. But he did pull it out. He did tell him, touch me and find out.
Yeah.
The guy grabbed him again. He pulled out the knife, stabbed him. So I don't know.
Man, I don't know which way it's gonna go, man. I really can't. I can't.
Depends on who's on the jury, man. It's not you know.
Jury of your peers.
Yes.
Well,
it's not what did you just say right now? I forgot.
The court's gonna have to.
Yeah, the court is not the courts.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's the jury that's gonna decide. You know,
But don't they have? There's some courts that still the judges,
You gotta ask for it.
right? You can ask. You can
Yeah.
ask for that or
Yeah.
ask for
Because
a jury.
you can waive your right to a jury trial.
Yes.
And let the judge
Let the
decide.
judge decide.
That's they do that with the kids too. So
I mean, I don't know. I think people would rather. See, I don't know if I was
Shit.
in that. If I was ever in that situation, I don't know if I would want a jury trial.
you know,
I mean, but the way all this, you know, it's 50-50, man.
It is.
It literally, it seriously is
Yeah,
50-50.
yeah.
Well,
And that's
well,
what- yeah.
You think
You
about
know?
it because if you leave it up to the judge, right? The judge is going to. This is the law. This is what happened. This is your verdict.
right.
I'm sorry, but I don't see a lot of judges with a lot of compassion, especially when they're dealing with dumbasses all day, every day. I just don't see a lot of judges that have a lot of compassion.
I feel that it's going to be something that's going to be very difficult to decide because I feel like there's not a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
Because like Cranky said, somebody had a fucking phone, and if they saw these guys struggle, you know how these kids are. Pull the fucking phone out. The old man did it.
Yep.
He had a gun waved in his face.
67
First thing
years
he
old.
did, pulled out a fucking phone and started videotaping. So
67 years old, and he knew how to use it. He knew how to use the phone.
And
So
you can't tell me that there weren't any type of surveillance cameras at that field or
That's why I don't understand why
somebody videotaping.
why nothing slipped out, dude.
Right. And
I don't understand why nothing
that's
slipped
why
out.
I'm saying because
Yeah.
now you're going against he said this and I saw this and well he says he saw that but she says he's like you're not gonna know because whose side are they gonna be on? If they don't want anything to happen, you know, if they want to vindicate the guy that got killed, yeah, they're gonna be on his side. But this guy's not gonna have anybody on his side when they say, well, you know, here's video of him being, you know,
Yeah.
beat up. No, I don't.
I mean, it's really going to come down to key witnesses. It's going to come down to
Credible.
key witnesses, which if there were altercations before and people basically siding with him and saying, hey man, he was being bullied, he's already been
Yeah.
attacked before or whatever, and so this time this is what it escalated, this is what happened, right? It's going to determine on that because there's really, other than that, you're not going to have any unless there's video, which apparently they say there might be, but if
Yeah.
there's video, that's going to be the deciding factor, right?
There was a TikTok that came out, and the guy was like, "Oh, there's video. They just haven't released it yet." Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know?
Sources say.
Like, yeah, your sources.
There's I know there's video.
There's got to be something
Because you're under rain delay, under a tent. There's females under the. What are they doing during the rain delay
On
under the
their
tent?
phone.
On their phone.
Yes.
Selfies,
TikTok.
selfies,
Snapchat.
or watching TikToks.
Or making TikToks.
Or making TikTok. And then what are they gonna do? Boom! All they gotta do is slide, record.
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
It's
it.
va-
Or they were
so
watching Ashley Trevino or something.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
There's video. There has to be video, especially in high school when
Yeah.
that's all the kids do is freaking play
have
with
phones.
their phones and
They have
cameras.
all of them have their phones out.
You know.
yeah.
I went to freaking yesterday when I was voluntold that I needed to take Boston to the school fiesta, all those kids walking around, they all had their phone in their hand.
Yeah.
They're ready for anything. They're
Yeah.
ready to, somebody had to have a
Somebody
phone
had to.
out or already recording or something.
Yeah.
And apparently it's not been released, so.
Well, speaking of schools, you see another 2 teachers arrested for grooming kids and having relationship with minors.
Why don't they look like that? Like Cranky said it before. We didn't have teachers that look like that.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Come on.
These 2 were guy teachers.
Well, it was still. Come on.
So one is from Judson,
Oh, the other one was from.
McCullum.
See, for the one from McCullum, man,
That one was years ago.
that one was years ago.
Yeah.
Was.
Why are they bringing that shit up now? God,
So,
it's past. He's not even in McCullum no more.
So apparently it was a somebody snitched, basically.
Like always, I mean, that's how it is.
Somebody snitched and said, hey, they were having a relationship, right? So apparently it happened from when the girl was in middle school.
What?
He was already messaging her. Now apparently there was no sexual contact yet, but they were messaging from when she was in middle school. And then when she went to high school, he went to the high school. And then the relationship started to continue, and it wasn't until I think she was a sophomore that's when they first had some kind of sexual relationship. And then it continued until a couple years after she got out, and then they stopped, and it was like 6 years, and somebody finally brought it up. So then she was questioned, and she was like, well, I mean, we would talk or whatever, and so that's why they ended up arresting him.
Well, they talked to her.
Yeah, they talked to her.
Of course, they didn't show who she is. Was she still 18? She's
No,
under
she's
18?
already like 24 now.
Yeah,
no
it
shit.
was years ago.
Yeah,
man.
it was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. So, yeah.
Dang, man.
And then apparently the Judson one, this guy is over here telling them to send him basically like nudes. And I'm like, dude, what? Oh. Have they all never heard of?
Go to OnlyFans, man.
Well, no. Okay, look.
Pornhub.
Not that.
Porn.com.
Not that I condone it, right? And not that I'm
Oh, I gotta wait for this.
like okay with. I'm not okay with it. But have these guys never heard of freaking apps that you can have a different phone number?
Oh,
Send me nudes and sending it from his freaking like. Come on, bro. Like, don't be stupid.
using their work phone.
Yeah, use it, bro.
I've known people that do that too, man.
Dude, I literally,
Jeez.
I'm not lying. We had to fire some people at our work when I was a manager because there were these 2 guys that were sexting one of our coworkers. And they were having they were sexting each other and apparently having meetups or whatever.
a throuple?
So the husband ends up finding her phone
God.
and seeing all these messages, brings it to our attention, and we have to let these guys go.
Wait, there was 2 of them?
It was 2 guys and the girl. We had to fire all 3 of them.
2 guys, 1 cup.
Yeah. So one guy says, I didn't have anything to do with it. He was using my phone, but it was a work phone.
Ándale.
And so they all got fired. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, dude, be smarter than that. Be smarter than that. Again, not that I'm okay with it, but be smarter.
No, not that you knew that there was these apps that you can use.
Yeah.
To use a different number
Like,
or anything.
I mean, go get a burner phone. Shit, everybody else does. God dang, man. Don't be stupid.
No, they're too expensive. $15 a month, dude. Fuck.
All you do is go buy a card and freaking add minutes.
Limited data. Back in the day, fucking after 7 o'clock.
Yep. Well, it used to be after 9, then it went after 7.
Yeah. That's how old we are. Shit.
Like, golly, dude. People are stupid. People are stupid.
Somebody goes, tell me what generation you grew up in without telling me
Yeah.
what generation you grew up in. I was like, I put on there, give me your pager number.
Yeah.
That's how old we are.
Did Roger say he just found a pager too? One of his old pagers that was still working?
It said booty on it. Booty.
Booty hole.
Big booty hole.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's an hour. All right, we'll talk to you
Oh, we
guys
had an
later.
We're not an hour yet.
Oh, no, we're not.
We're trying to stay at an hour, guys. Just so you know.
We're trying. I don't
We're
know
trying.
what's gonna happen, man. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, I had a question, and I wanted Sabrina to be here for it, but I'm thinking of asking this question at a few places. So taking our mics,
lavaliers.
our laws, taking our laws and asking these questions to some people. I want to ask it to couples.
Yeah, you have to.
So, Cranky, I hadn't told you yet, but there was a question I wanted to ask, and I know you're a bachelor, so and
He's available, ladies.
he's available, ladies, just so you know.
Not by choice.
He hasn't found the right OnlyFans girl yet.
Yeah, he's still looking, but and then we're in relationships, but
Yeah.
it's a that's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
She doesn't listen, I guess.
I know.
So it's an indecent proposal type thing. So I heard it. I don't know if you heard it. It was on the Billy Madison. They were showing they were playing an audio. I guess there's a video. I didn't look for it, but there was an audio. They were playing it, and they were asking people if they would ever let their partner, their significant other, their wife, their girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, if they would ever let them cheat for money. Meaning you're going to benefit from it. Like, if you're letting your partner cheat, it's because you're benefiting from it. Right? Basically like an indecent proposal, if you've ever seen the movie.
So for the younger generation, there was
generation.
a movie called Indecent Proposal that came out that had Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson. They were married or getting married or married. And then
Or
Robert
recently married.
Redford, who played like this rich dude. And he basically kind of starts trying to groom Demi Moore. And then all of a sudden he talks to the couple and then basically says, hey, I'll give you this much money if you let me
$1 million.
bone
whatever
your
it was.
wife.
Yeah.
So that's the indecent proposal, and that's the movie. Just in case.
Just in case you didn't know. So a lot of these, so they started. Of course, they posed the question on the radio now, and they had people calling in and asking if they'd ever do that or if they ever have done it, and to share their story. So I thought about it, and I was like.
But was it a real conversation?
No.
Was it like a lighthearted conversation?
We didn't have the conversation. I said I thought about it. Well, I was thinking about it, and I was trying to put myself in that situation, right? And thinking, man, if somebody were to offer me a whole bunch of money and be like, hey, man, let me, can I take Sabrina for a night? I'm like. I just feel like I couldn't. I would enjoy the money. I would put it to use. I would pay off some things.
So, okay, not to cut you, I'm cutting you off, sorry. But in the movie, they were facing financial problems.
They were having struggles, yes.
They were struggling,
Yes.
and they were trying to make money. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but they were struggling with money.
Yeah.
And of course, Robert Redford finds out. And that's when the indecent proposal. So if you put it in that context, if you were like, let's say you lost your job. Let's say both of you lose your job. Right? And guy says, hey, $1 million to, what do you do? For $1 million.
But in the movie, he doesn't just, he kind of like, he
sways her.
He sways her
to his side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, he says, I want a night with your wife.
That's true.
I guess we didn't think about it at the time because we were young. We were just like,
Look at Demi Moore. Yeah.
But now that we're older, you think about it. A night with your wife could be anything. So to him, he was probably like, a night with your wife, I'm gonna try to bring her over to my side to keep
Yeah.
her forever.
Right.
And
And
not just bang her.
He did because he took her away on
Yes.
the boat and
Yes.
all that. Yeah.
You know,
That's a tough question, dude.
It is,
a
right?
tough question.
I'll tell you like this. It is, but I think
But
in the day of age that we live in now, I think there's a lot more options.
careful.
I think there's a lot more options. I don't know. I can't see myself again. So when I put it, when I put myself in their shoes, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I don't think I could. For one, I don't think I could because there would always be there's a connection now, obviously, with this person and her, and I don't know if that connection is going to continue. And then two, I don't know if I would want to stay with her after being with somebody else, right?
Really?
So that's one. And two, I just feel like in the day and age that we live in now, there's plenty of options. There's OnlyFans. There's the topic that we talked about last time where, hey, what if I just sell your underwear?
Hey, what if I just sell your feet?
Yeah, sell pictures of your feet. Like, there's different ways to make money now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where if somebody were to do that, it'd be like, oh, no, man, just, start an OnlyFans. I'd rather you have no connection with somebody. And if you want to do that and we get money, I'm okay with it. But you're not being with somebody.
You're not gonna go. And,
you're not banging somebody else.
You're gonna
You know what I
bang
mean?
Robert Redford.
Yeah. I just couldn't.
his old balls. Gross.
Is that the guy with the old balls?
I just couldn't. I don't know, man. I just don't see that happening. Now, when they posed a question on the radio, they had callers, right?
Yeah.
They called in, and this one guy says that he said it started off as a joke. So his girl, I think it was a girlfriend, was wanting to go see Taylor Swift. And the tickets were $2,000 a ticket. And so for 2 tickets was $4,000. Plus they needed to fly out there and stay in a hotel. So he was like, man, he says he's at work and he's just kind of talking out of his ass, right? And one day he says, man, I think I'm gonna pick my girl out.
He wanted to go see Taylor Swift?
No, she did. And he wanted to take her. So he says, I think I'm gonna pick my girl out. And this guy hears him and says, what do you mean? So they start the conversation. He says, well, she really wants to go see Taylor Swift. The tickets are very expensive. And I just, and the guy was like, well, let me know. Right?
We know what that means.
So he says that he finally just kind of like, he doesn't say anything right away, but then a few days later brings it up to him again, talks to his girl about it. His girl's down for it. And so he says he has this conversation and the guy says, look, 2 nights with her and I'll pay for your tickets, your airfare, and your hotel stay. I think it was over $6,000.
Does he know what the girl looks like at least?
No, he did. The guy said the boyfriend was saying, "Oh yeah, he had seen pictures of her, or he's met her, or whatever."
How old are these people?
And we'll say they were in their 20s. The guy was in his 40s,
Oh, okay.
mid
It has
40s,
to
right?
be,
Yeah, and so he's like, yeah, okay. So they have the discussion, and he says, "Hey, I gotta see that you gonna purchase the
That you're
tickets for
true
sure, and
about
you're gonna
it.
do this."
Yeah.
So sure enough, he buys the tickets, shows it to him, and says, "I will send them to you once I have the 2 nights with her."
Ooh.
Ends up having the 2 nights with her.
What?
He forwards them the tickets, pays for their airfare, pays for their hotel, and say they went and had a freaking nice time at the Taylor Swift concert on his dime. I'm thinking this. First of all, you couldn't get a loan? I mean, it was $6,000. You
Well-
couldn't work some overtime?
Yeah, credit, Louis. Come on, you gotta have
True,
good credit now.
True. But I'm just $6,000, bro. Like $6,000 was the price.
Well, that was the collateral. My girl, here you go. That was the loan. 6,000. Here's the
Yeah.
collateral.
But $6,000. I'm sorry.
So
you gotta offer me
it should have been
50
more.
million. You got
8.3 million.
2.8 something. Bro, you gotta offer me more than 25,000, bro. I'm sorry. And like to even say, let me consider it.
Did they at least give him money to spend? Did
I don't,
he get spending
he
money?
didn't say that part.
That's
but
why I mean a lot of these calls to the radios I don't believe, man.
Yeah, they're fake.
I think they're fake. I think that's just for it gets ratings.
I think
It's
the
'cause
ones.
you need ratings. You need hey call the station and act like you need this and that.
Yeah.
And
Well, not to go.
That's
not,
what I think.
Not to keep going on that, but that's why I don't like the Dana Cortez on 98.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think all her shit is fake.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of those fucking calls or anything that she does. Dana,
So-
you know Dana
Yeah,
Cortez,
yeah.
right? No, I don't believe that any of her shit is real.
Well, then think about it. Like the one that used to be on 96.1, the Jubal and whatever.
Yeah.
He's done the second date follow up.
Yes.
The to catch a cheater.
Yeah.
Like he has all those. And I think about it too because I see a lot of those now come out on the TikTok.
Yeah.
I see a lot of those audios come out. And so some of them are like, dude, that can't be true, bro.
Yeah.
Like really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like so. Sometimes I don't think that it's the radio telling them to call. I just think it's people wanting to, I don't know, live out a fantasy. So
To
they're
be on the radio?
So be on the radio and
I mean,
just
why?
freaking.
I mean, they change their names
give a
sometimes.
stupid
too.
ass. I don't know.
You're never gonna know who they are. You don't see their face. All you hear is their voice. You're not gonna be like, "Hey, that sounds like
that sounds like cranky.
yeah."
So this other guy calls in and says he was offered a new car. I mean, it was a Toyota Corolla, but it was a new car, and to be with his wife. And he talked to his wife. His wife was okay with it, and they did. And this guy bought him a new car. And I'm like,
That called BS.
the car. I could see it's like okay, you have a $35,000 car. You can do whatever you want. You can sell it.
You mean
can,
with the tariffs now?
Well,
With
yeah, with the
25
tariffs
to
now,
26.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, okay, I could see the amount being not so much worth it, but at least you're in a ballpark where you're like, okay, that's a little bit more significant money. $6,000, bro.
It was
Not
Taylor
only-
Swift.
Exactly.
Bro.
There
Well,
you
exactly.
go.
That's what he
Taylor
said. Though.
Swift.
He was like, bro, it was Taylor Swift, bro. Like,
I mean, was Kelsey gonna be there at least or what? If Kelsey wasn't there, then forget it, man.
I was just like, I don't know, man. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
So looking at it, okay. What about the guy? Like a guy, right? I guess I'm thinking about Woody Harrelson's character. Like he had some qualms about it, but he was so desperate for money, he brought it up to her.
Are you talking about the Woody Harrelson in Indecent Disposal
Yes.
or in Kingpin?
He got Munson. No, but I'm saying the guy, like, how does a woman, if she's I don't know, good woman, I don't know, how is
Good
the
as
woman,
in good looking or as good as in like
I'm saying
a
good,
loyal,
like
faithful.
she's a loyal, faithful
Yeah.
woman. So how is the woman gonna look on the guy if the guy goes up to her and says, "Hey, baby, we need these 15,000.
We need this money.
We need this money to get." How is a woman? How is she supposed to react? Now you might. I don't know what the percentage is, obviously, but you might get a woman that might say, "Okay, fuck it, let's do it." But I would think a good percentage of women would be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like,
you're
why would
literally
you
gonna
even
ask
bring
that?
that up?"
Yeah.
Well, if I did that,
If they were a good,
I'd get stabbed. I'd get stabbed like that kid. I'm sorry.
It'd be at a high school track meet again.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Oh, Austin."
Here's what I'm thinking. If you have a good woman, like you said, and they're proposed with this offer, I think you'd have that reaction where they'd be like, "Are you freaking serious?" Right? And then say, "Okay," because now they know what type of man they have. I'll go do it and get the money, and then I'm out.
That's why I think. That's what I was thinking too. I was saying if you're gonna do it, I think both parties need to sign like a prenup kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Contract.
whoever cheats first doesn't get none of it.
You have a contract.
Is that considered cheating?
No, I'm talking because you could go do it, but when we come back, where we agreed on it together, we're in it together. Once somebody sways because the other one is like feeling guilty,
You can get shit.
you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, okay.
So have a contract. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. I was floored by it's Taylor Swift. It was $2,000 tickets.
It was Taylor Swift,
I'm just thinking,
bro.
a total of $6,000. I thought the same thing. How old are they? And then they finally said, I think they were like 23 or 20, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. They're stupid. They're young.
And how would you put a price? You saying that 6,000 is too low?
Yeah.
So what would be the price?
Well, that's why I said in order to even have a consideration, it's got to be
50 million, Yana.
It's got to be north of 25,000, bro.
North,
right?
North.
Would you go get it appraised? Can you take it to the gynecologist? Come on, doc. Wait down, give me.
Yo, can you get in there, doc? Can you see what do you
think?
Where are we at?
Where do you think the price is?
15, 20? What are we looking at?
So what's her body count?
Exactly. What's the body count?
Check the rings. Get in there.
What's the body count? Like that one girl that wanted to have 100 in one day?
Yes. See, now with that 101 day, that's not even 6,000. That's like a couple hundred.
No, she's gonna say yes.
Yeah, she's gonna say yes to anything.
Especially if they're swingers. And if you have that much money, don't you think it would be a lot easier if you just found a swinger couple and say, "Hey, I'll give you, 10,000."
Why would you have to give them money?
Yeah,
if they're swingers,
they're gonna want
you just go to a swinger.
What if the guy is like horribly ugly?
True. I mean, apparently there's 2 swinger clubs that are known here in San Antonio
That you know of. Huh?
that I've heard. I want to say one is in the north, like the Stone Oak area, and another one is over there off of like
Nacogdoches.
Fredericksburg, up
Nacogdoches.
north. Oh, there's one on Nacogdoches. See this?
Naco Parent. Somewhere around
So
there. That's what I heard. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, actually, the lady at work talked about it one time, but I don't know. Yeah, but you know, there's certain things like you have to be a member. You have to if you're a couple, it's free. But if you're solo, you have to pay a certain amount of money to get in. You know. That's what I heard.
So I gotta. So that's why I want to ask that question. I want to ask that question to some couples, and one, see if they would be down, and then 2, ask the follow-up question: how much?
What is it worth?
What is the price? Right? Like, are you gonna do it for $6,000? Are you gonna do it for a couple hundred? You're gonna do it for it's got to be 10,000 or more. Like, what is the price?
And maybe ask them before they start drinking. Because after they start drinking, they're like, fuck yeah, let's go. 5,000 here, take her.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see some of the answers. I honestly feel that couples that are posed with this question have never probably been posed with this question, so they don't know what each other's answers would be, and could lead to an argument and maybe a divorce. But I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to ask that question.
It's got to be it's got to be okay. They got to be serious about it.
Yes,
exactly. You can't be joking around.
Yeah. Of course.
50 million. You can take her for free. I don't care. Shit like that. That's gonna come up. But
yeah.
It would be an interesting question. Like if you get people who really, really, really want to answer it, I would think they'd be like, well, I don't know, man. How much?
Yeah, I'm gonna pose that question out.
Take them to the gyno.
I just don't want to be
test it out.
I just don't want to be that street journalist that gets punched in the face like that one girl.
She was antagonized. Apparently,
she was, bro. I saw the whole video. I saw the whole video.
Antagonized.
However,
she got fed up with her. And just
you're talking to a girl that first walks up dancing, and so already looks unintelligent, is answering the question, and then just mouthing off some stupid shit, and the girl's looking at her, so then uses that stupid shit back to her, and then she gets pissed off and punches her in the face. I'm just like, one, the journalist, what do you expect, dude? What do you expect? If you're going to be coming at people like that, and then you see, to me, I don't know, you see the person, I'm like, I'm thinking I'm going to get jumped too. You know what I mean? And then the other person, you're going to walk to a street interview, you got to know that you're going to be asked a question, and then it's gonna get turned on you. Come on, like
that's like
don't be
walking
stupid.
into a bar with a MAGA hat.
Yep.
Come on,
Exactly.
man.
But as how'd you describe that girl?
I just said if you just look at her.
No. But unintelligent as she was, she punched. She
didn't take out a knife.
She didn't take out a knife.
Yeah, she had a good punchline.
Yes.
And she striked her pretty good
Dude,
too. Man.
that girl was cut. She hit her in the glasses. The glasses cut her eye. Golly. And it was just one punch. She only hit her one time, dude.
One punch on you.
And then just walking away, dancing like she walked up,
Yeah.
dancing, throwing the finger,
She's
and
fucking
yeah.
dancing like a, what did it say? Dancing like a butterfly, swinging like a bee.
Yeah. Apparently there were no charges pressed.
Yeah, no, for both their stupidity. I
Yeah.
guess it worked out.
It's crazy. Crazy.
You took your shot already?
I took my shot already.
Oh, yeah. You must have did it in. I don't know when you did it.
I did it during the Indecent Proposal.
Ah,
Because it had me thinking, I'm like, nah, I don't think I could do that, bro.
Okay, well, what was so indecent about that proposal? I mean,
Well, because you're proposing to be with somebody else's girl.
okay, well, who was it indecent to?
To the couple. It was indecent to the couple because when you think about the movie, especially when the movie was made, it wasn't as open. Like the topic wasn't as open as it is now.
taboo.
It was
A
taboo, like
type thing. Yeah,
to go and
taboo.
ask somebody to sleep with their wife. That was like, come on, bro. That's a line you don't
You don't
cross.
do that. You don't do that.
Right now, nobody fucking cares, right? That's what I'm saying. Like now I don't know if it would be an indecent proposal. It's just a proposal.
Now it only takes 6,000.
Now obviously it only takes $6,000 now.
The bar went down, man. God.
He was saying, yeah, man, he saw my girl and he thought she was cute, and he was like, yeah, man, 2 nights, I'll pay for it. And they went. According to him, it happened.
Well, I would have to imagine there was a certain race.
They were white.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna? The update. Is there an update to it? There should be an update.
There
to
should
that,
be an update
man.
to it.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
there's a true story, because I don't believe it.
well, Billy was
I don't
asking
know,
the guy
man.
and he kept asking him follow-up questions, and he kept answering them. But and he said, "Are y'all still together?" He said, "Yeah."
Okay, so that was the update.
Yeah,
then.
they're
So
still
it was-
together.
So it was
Yeah.
the story, and then
Yeah,
it
because
had
it was
already
just
ha-
he
it
said
had
it was
already
just
happened?
recently,
It
like it
had
just
already
happened. Yeah, like last year, I think. So it was for that tour that she was doing.
The big one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
they went to that and they flew out to go see her and all this crap. So I don't know, man.
and then the next day they were in their town. She was in her town. So
No.
they went to get, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a tour. They went to go see her, but the next day she came to their town.
Came to their town.
All that for nothing, baby. All that for nothing.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
I don't know.
And we're over an hour now.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I don't see myself being able to do that.
I would. I don't think I could.
If I was
I
a
don't think I
bachelor,
could.
I could see myself making the proposal, but I don't.
You don't make that proposal, man. I don't care what day and age we live at now. You're gonna get more than a
I'll
knife.
tell you what.
Oh, okay. So I'll tell you this.
Can I do it in payments?
So now that we're talking about that, get this, dude. So at one of the pool leagues, I didn't go to the pool league last week, and when I go this week, they're telling me about something that happened the week before. I said, yeah, there was these guys, this couple that plays on the team, or the guy plays on the team, and his wife's always with him, and a song comes out, and the girl tells another one of the guys that's on the team, like, hey, isn't this your jam? Right? Because I guess he likes to sing it. Like, they do karaoke and stuff sometimes, so
Okay.
he likes to sing that song. Hey, isn't this your jam? And just joking, like, yeah, you want to dance or what? Well, the husband heard it, and she says, hey, nah, I just wanted to see if you would sing it. Like, I figured you want to sing it. Well, apparently the husband heard him ask, like, do you want to dance? And don't you ever fucking ask that question. I will never let my wife dance with anybody. And just went off and off and off, dude. And he was like, bro, I wasn't even really asking her. It was a joke. Like, it was like just
Yeah.
throwing it out there, like playing around. And no, you don't ever do that, bro. And didn't let it go for about an hour. Like, went on for an hour straight. Then they kind of stopped, let it go, kind of, you know, I guess they were shooting pool still and whatever they're doing. And then like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, comes back and again brings it up and starts going and going and going. And so you think about it, like what Cranky said, you can't even ask somebody to dance without almost getting beat up. So imagine throwing out a proposal. Hey, what if I gave you $10,000? What if I gave you 2 Taylor Swift tickets and
Well, what if he would have said like, well, you can't dance with her, but I'll take the 10,000.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
But I mean, in a situation like that too, I mean, the dude, you know, getting all bent out of shape the way he did, is he doing it because he's really pissed off, or is he doing it because he doesn't want to go home and the girl telling him, "Why didn't you stand up for me? Why are you just gonna let some guy come up to me like that?"
Yeah, the cerebral assassin, ladies and gentlemen. That's.
I mean,
I see it.
I've seen it happen too.
Oh yeah, fuck
I've
yeah.
seen it happen too.
all the time. Why didn't you say something?
Oh, so you're just gonna
Well,
let me
you're
just
just gonna
dance with
let him do
anybody?
that?
You're just gonna let me do
You
whatever?
would have let me dance.
Yes.
Why didn't you say something? Oh. Fuck. Then I would have said something. You would have been all mad.
Yeah, you're overdoing it. That's enough. Yeah, and apparently that's what she was saying. She was telling him like, stop. It wasn't a big deal. Just stop.
Yeah, and why would he get mad at the guy?
Because it's like he was asking her to dance.
Yeah, but then the lady's the one that said it.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see what my dude
Yeah.
does. I want to see how he reacts, and if he doesn't react, so he's gonna get it when he gets home.
Yeah.
Or not gonna get it.
Yeah, there you go.
Or not get it when he gets home.
So guess what? I finally saw Booty Call.
Hi too.
Yeah.
Hi, too. Now you know what the high two comes from.
now but you know, I'm not being, I don't know.
Racist?
No, nothing like that. The dental dam thing.
Oh, the dental dam? Uh-huh.
It was never. I never heard of it.
You
until
ever
that
did
movie.
that? You did that?
No.
No?
I was asked one time, and I said, yeah, no.
I didn't know that's what it was. I'd heard of the phrase dental dam.
I had never heard of that phrase till that movie.
Well, you know what?
I heard of it.
I hadn't heard it till the movie either, but of course I saw the movie years ago.
Yeah, that's when it came
I
out.
just barely saw it.
But yeah, I had never heard of it. Then when I finally saw it in the movie, I was asked one time, and I was
Really?
like, no.
That was the first time I heard of it. I didn't
I'm
know
like, no, if
that's
there's
what
an
it
issue
was.
or there's something that you're worried about, then I'm not gonna do that.
I'm like, how
that's-
dirty does a fucking mouth has to be? That you-
or is it the
Dude.
mouth?
yeah, like who are you
Dirty.
protecting, lady?
Yeah.
Like really?
No.
No, that was I'd heard the phrase, but that was I didn't know that's what it was.
So for those of you that don't know what it is, dental dam is basically a
From
plastic,
Booty Call.
like a saran wrap type thing.
Saran wrap. That's what it was. Was saran wrap.
That they placed over the private area to give oral sex. So, yeah.
I'm probably gonna get some shit about that. Some woman or somebody out there is gonna be like, "You never had a dental? I didn't need one. Oh, I'm fine."
I'm like, if we have to do that, then nah, we good. We good. It's not that important.
What was that, sheepskin?
Yeah.
Lounge?
It's not latex.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
After that, I was like, "Come on, dude! These dudes went all that way to try and get laid. Come on, man!" I just kept watching it. I was like, "It's a funny movie," but I'm like, "Come on!" If I had got to the second or third time when she was all, "Oh, well, you don't got this," oh fuck that! I'm like,
Yes. Next.
fuck that.
Next.
I'm getting my pager. Who's next? That's too much. That's too much, dude.
Yeah.
That's too much.
No,
try
I
and get some-
agree.
some
Especially
booty.
if somebody that you're going to be in a
That's what-
relationship with.
Yeah,
no,
and
it's too much.
Exactly what Porky said. That's too much. I would have gone to my pager and that's
next?
Yeah.
the real booty call.
Yeah.
Because this movie wasn't really a booty call.
No.
It was his actual girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then the
So-
friend.
and
Yeah.
this-
But I think she uses the phrase, right? I'm not a booty call, or this isn't just a booty call, or something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, it's Hell no. Like, yeah, exactly. Then I would have been like, okay, I'll see you later. Let me see who's next in line.
And who knows? Like even back in the day, if it was the first thing that happened, I would have been, you know what? Nope, I'm out. Nope. Get my page. Beep, 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 beep.
A booty call nowadays, people, is what y'all would refer to as linking, I guess, right?
Meet up or
linking, or
links, yeah.
Netflix
Sneaky
and
link.
chilling.
Yeah.
Sneaky links.
There you go.
Sneaky links. Oh my god. So yeah, I saw the movie. So I don't know. I gave it a 3.5. It was funny. I thought that, I thought it was funny. Jamie Foxx was funny. Davidson was funny too, but I think what's his name's character was a little more. But come on, dude. Like
Buns.
did that
What's
really
his name?
happen?
Buns?
Did that really happen? Like, come on. If that would have happened back in the day, we wouldn't even have gone. We didn't even have waited. And it's like, oh, no condom? Sorry. Bye. Next. No, we're not really like that. Safe sex, people. Safe sex.
And for your toys, you want to go to... we haven't gotten the information yet. We will have that. We will have that info for you next week.
I told Louie to gather some information about the adult stores that we were made aware of.
Yeah, Sabrina said she reached out. She's gonna reach out to her and get all the information, and we'll have it. We'll have it for next week.
Yeah. Owner of the Bottom Drawer, which is
Ignite.
on Pleasanton, and Ignite, which is on Military by South Park. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll have some information. Maybe we should get her on.
We should get her on. So we
it?
did ask to get her on. She was hesitant just because she feels that she doesn't do well speaking. I don't know if she just doesn't like to get put on the spot.
Yeah.
She was like, you can have my husband on and he can speak about the stores or whatever. And she just didn't feel like she could do it. But who knows, man? Maybe Sabrina will,
Yeah, man.
Maybe we'll tell her. We'll tell her. Well, we'll rent your Airbnb if you you get on the show.
Indecent proposal.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we'll probably have her on before John.
Yeah. Well, since we're trying to keep it under an hour, we don't have time for John today. So
no, we're way over an hour, so that it really doesn't matter. But we're running out of tape, so unfortunately, yeah, John.
Sorry, John.
Sorry, John. Again. Man, one of these days, bro. One of these days. All this shit, like the catcher thing. Who sent it? Cranky? Louis?
Oh, the catcher? Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, that as a catcher myself, dude, that pissed me off so bad. For one.
Oh, the one where he throws at the dude?
Yeah, when he threw it right at his face.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that call. And if the coach is telling him to do that, that's a fucking sucky-ass coach, dude.
Yeah. So there was a video that I sent the guys. It was an 11U team, and the catcher, apparently there was a runner on third.
Yeah.
And the catcher, I guess, tries to do a back pick, right? Like a pickoff play.
Yeah, pick off the third.
At third. So when he receives the pitch, throws towards third, but throws it right at the batter's face.
Who is still in the batter's box.
Still in the batter's box. But did you hear the people? That's the third time.
Like, what?
Dude, after the second
first time, I would have been pissed off.
Dude, after the second one, there would have been a fight. This is the third one, and then they're still arguing? Hell
too
no.
much of that shit going on, dude.
That catcher should have been thrown out.
So I would have thrown that catcher out.
Yep.
If that was 3 times,
Yep.
I would have thrown him out.
Yep.
Because they teach you drop step back behind the guy, or you pop out in front of the plate to throw it. You don't throw it right at his fucking face. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get an obstruction call if he's in the batter's box.
Yeah.
On a swing to second base, maybe. If he falls in, over the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. The Red Sox got called for that the other day. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Are we watching Little League? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
But that call you're not going to get.
Yeah.
You're not. And that's why and that's why I say it's bad coaching, because they're not teaching them fucker how to throw the ball right.
Yeah.
You pop out in front of the plate and throw it, or you drop behind him.
Yeah. And if it's a coach, like you said, that's telling him to do it because they're down, then
Something.
Yeah,
because it's an easy out. But
yeah.
no.
But if you think about it, bro, back in the day, select teams or teams that were like all-star teams were exactly that. Travel teams were that. It was all-stars coming together or select coming together to go play and try to win something, right? Travel ball now is paying $4,000 or $5,000 for to be in the damn league or to be in the tournaments and all that, and then still paying for $400 bats and all these stuff for the kids to be striking out, not knowing how to throw. Like, come on, man. Like, it's ridiculous now, bro. I think about all this, like, even now, like club volleyball. Club volleyball used to be
Same thing.
Because the coaches that you had running those things, whether it was baseball, whether it was volleyball, basketball, it didn't matter what it was. You had coaches that were coaching, knew what they were doing. They knew what drills to run, how to get these players better.
Yep.
Right now, you have a guy getting off of work from FedEx, going over there and freaking coaching and doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. Never played ball in his life, but wants to coach because his son's there, and that way his son can play. Yeah. Like, dude, ridiculous, bro, ridiculous.
FedEx.
Dude, I freaking go see when they had the
uniform.
Yes,
and shit,
bro. We had when we had the boys in the basement. I'm like, these coaches were sorry, bro. I'm like, dude, I'm standing there and I'm like, hey, coach, you might want to do this. Oh yeah. And then, hey man, you want to help me out, bro? No, dude, like I'm paying y'all to do this. Bro, you need to be
and paying $5,000 to play on a travel team now, that's an indecent proposal. Exactly. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
And then for you to go to the tournaments and then they're like, oh yeah, it's $20 to come in. Fuck the heck. I just paid so much money for him to play. Fuck that. And then now I gotta pay for freaking to get in. $20 a pop? Hell no, dude. Hell no.
Dude, it's bad, man. It's bad because what are they teaching these guys? And that's why I got mad. Remember a while back we got mad because the guy was like, oh, Little League's ruining baseball and this and that. And shit. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather have my kid play Little League than have me on a travel fucking team. Yeah, I can't pay $5,000, but that's not the point. Like, he get more out of it playing Little League.
Yeah.
Instead of having to travel every fucking weekend.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yep. Exactly, dude. And then you think about it, then the travel expenses and having to go somewhere, having to stay at a hotel, all that freaking money you're spending.
Do you know how many indecent proposals that would have to be?
Yeah, dude.
To have a kid on the fucking team? That's like 6 indecent proposals.
For real. 6. For real.
I mean, it could be just one. If you want to give her up 6 times,
oh no, she's gonna work
that's your
for it.
That's your provocative.
That's your prerogative.
Oh my god. Shit. Well, again, sorry, John.
Yeah, sorry, John.
We could ask him about the catcher play, but
we can't ask
when
him about
when
the
we have him on. When we have him on.
We'll have a list of questions for him.
Yeah, we have him.
We have a list of questions for him. We just
it's adding up.
We just haven't used it
right now. It's Bible sized the amount of questions that we have. That's it, man. I mean, anything else? We're right at the hour.
Hey, we didn't say which hour.
I didn't say 2 hours. I just said set amount of hours.
Yeah.
Really? Nothing?
Nope.
Cranky? No?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I guess that's it. Then talk to you guys later.
Peace.